Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time since I have filmed a video. I've just been kind of, in myself and kind of just relaxing. Took some time to myself and needed to change some things up with my personal life, so I really needed to take a step back from filming, but I'm back. I'll start regularly uploading, not on Sundays anymore, but on Mondays instead, because I have found that Mondays are generally my free day for a lot of things, so it would work best for me to do all my filming on Monday and upload on Monday, or film on a Sunday and upload on a Monday, and that's been gonna probably work out the best. So when this video comes up, it'll probably be late Monday, but I'll try to make sure that it's at some point uploaded on a Monday. But Monday will be a new day for uploads. Haven't figured out a time, but hopefully it'll be on earlier on in the day, but it could be as late as 10 p.m. at night. That's probably as late as an upload will happen. But yeah, so I will get into the video. And okay, so the video that we're going to be doing today is one of my favorite types of videos that we're going to be doing, and that is new products. So there's 3 new products I'm testing out. Or no, hold on. Eyes, lips, primer, eyebrows. There's actually 4 new products, or no, 5. So it's going to be an eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow primer, lips, and eyebrows. So hopefully this will turn out good. I know it probably will because I've used several different products from these brands, and I know that these brands have good products, so hopefully these newer products that I'm trying out are good. First step obviously is to prime, and I will let you know what primer I will be using next. Okay, so the primer that I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's the one that Jeffree Star made famous probably about, a couple months ago, maybe more. I'm not really sure how long ago, but I was in Target the other day and decided to pick this up because I was like, well, they finally have it and I wanted to try it. So I'm going to try it and see how it works. It's supposed to kind of replicate the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Hopefully it will do that. I don't know exactly how much you're supposed to use, but we'll see whether this is probably too much, but it's okay. I have a lot of pores on my nose, so really gonna have to focus a lot of the pore primer on my nose and around that area there. It feels really nice, I will say that. Hopefully, it will work good for me. I love the Tatcha one, but it is very expensive, so if this is going to be a new dupe for me, then I will gladly use it more often, or use it all the time, because I have been using the First Aid Beauty Hyaluronic Primer, and that keeps on your makeup for a while. That and the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, that is like really good for keeping on makeup. It's like one of the best primers I've ever used in my life, that one, because if you really want some hydration, you have dry skin, but you also don't want to put on a moisturizer because it might be too thick for you, that primer is like water, and it's really good. It helps your skin really breathe correctly, like how you really want it to. And I always put a little bit on my neck too, because I always end up putting foundation down my neck, because, you really should be, because you don't want to stop here and have that orange line like most people do. Well, not most people, but certain generations have that line. Okay, now that I'm primed, we're going to go into the skin The skin is what I normally use, so you won't see me do that product or the base, basically like from foundation all the way to contour and highlight you won't see me do, but you'll see everything else that I'm doing because all those other products are the same. So I'll just run through them real quick. So my foundation will be the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation from MAC, the Fluidity Concealer from Morphe, the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation from MAC, the MAC Sculpting Palette for contour, the Becca Bronzer in Bali Sands, and the Fenty Beauty highlighter. Those will be about it that are the same. Everything else outside of that is brand new. So I will show you guys that when I come back. Okay guys, I'm back. So I kind of got distracted with putting on my highlighter, but as I was doing that, I realized that my foundation looks great. Normally that takes me about, to do the rest. I normally start to see cracking right around my nose, and I see none. So this is making my skin look very, very good. I personally love it. I think that it's a great, great addition to everything. I really think that the e.l.f. Putty Primer is definitely probably going to be a winner for me, but we'll see how it looks towards the end of the video, and I'll give my final thoughts. But the next thing I'm going to be doing is eyebrows, and what I have for my eyebrows is the Morphe Eyebrow Pencil. It's the Micro Brow Pencil in Hazelnut. I have found that this has been the most natural looking eyebrow pencil that I've had. Either that or the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the thin pencil one. Right now I can't think of the name of it, but that one or this has been like the best one for me right now. And I personally like it, but I'll show you how I fill in my brows now, because I've kind of gone away from like pomades and powders. I like a pencil now. When I first started doing makeup, I loved the pencil, and I think that this just works better for me right now. So I will show you guys that in the next clip. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my mirror to fill it in. But I really like to start in the middle now and at the bottom and kind of just build up the shape slowly. I've noticed that this is like I said, the most natural brow pencil out there for me right now. And it's also only $5. So if you really want something not cheap, but lower in cost, as like a dupe for something else, this is probably the best. Best one for that, at least. I will say though, this does tend to run out a lot quicker than any other brow pencil that I've had, but I've also been using it every day, so that could be part of the, the issue there. Maybe not issue, but thing that I've noticed the most about them. And for those of you who don't know, for people who I don't talk to on a daily basis, I have moved to day school at my school, so now I'm going to be able to take clients Tuesday through, or not Tuesday, but Wednesday through Saturday. So if you ever want to get your hair cut or colored by me, I would really appreciate it if you guys wanted to do color, because that's something I'm trying to do more of, and more of men's cuts as well. So if you guys know of if you're any of your boyfriends or husbands or anything want to come in for a haircut, please have them come in, because I would absolutely love it if they did, because it would help me out with getting better with my craft. And as I get up to, the front part of my brow, I'm just going to kind of like, you know, do light strokes up to kind of fill in my brow upwards like that. I'll do a little bit more up towards the top because I'll do like a thicker brow. So kind of like that. So this is how my brows would normally look on a day-to-day basis. And I do wear brows almost every single day, just because I haven't been able to afford to get mine tinted at all. So I'm just having to put on brows. But this, you can see kind of like the difference between this side. It kind of looks a lot better, more natural. And then this is kind of, there's brow hairs there, you can see them, but they're not the tinted kind, if you know what I mean. But I'll fill this other brow off camera, so you've seen how I did this one. I'll do the other one off camera, and I'll be right back with the next step in my makeup routine. Okay, so the third item that I'm going to be trying out is the Anastasia Eye Primer. I know I've heard some mixed reviews about it, but I really wanted to try it out and see if it was something that I like, because I'll be honest, I personally don't use an eyeshadow primer on me or my clients. I normally just use the concealer, and that does just the job for me, and it looks the best that I've noticed. Now it could be different for, you know, other people, but for me personally, I've noticed that it's been a little bit better just to use a concealer, but, you know, just to see if it works, we'll try. I don't know exactly how much to use, so I'll go in with a little bit on the back of my hand. This is funny, because when I tested and put this on the back of my hand in Ulta, it was white and not tan, so we'll see whether this is actually going to be something that will work. So we're just going to put this in, you know, kind of up to our crease, and then blend that up, because I have a very fun eyeshadow palette that I want to try out. So then I'm going to just take my finger and kind of blend out the edges here, and kind of do that, and lightly tap over my eye where I put it, and hopefully this will work. I kind of like how it kind of concealed my under eye a little bit, I will say that. Might be a little bit too pale for me, but we'll kind of go in with, yeah. So you really only need a little bit of this. You don't need a whole lot. There we go. But like I said, I noticed you don't really need a whole lot of this to make it work. I have seen some people try to put too much of it on, and even the people that would put on a whole lot would be putting on, like, you could see that they were visibly putting on too much. And then they complain about it not working, which no wonder why it's not working for you. You put on too much, but and I don't know if it says on the back, but let's see, do you need to set it with primer or with powder? It doesn't say, it was just a sample of it, but we'll see how good it will look, and then I'll be back with what eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that I got, I'm really excited about, because I've been, oh, you've just seen it. Oh well, it's the Amorisi palette, but I really love the way that this looks, just like the glitter packaging, everything, the color story of the palette, everything, anything and everything about this, I love. So I think it'll be a good palette. I hope that it will be a good palette. Like I said, I love most of Anastasia's eyeshadow palettes. so hopefully it will, you know, do me good. I have no doubt that it will. It's so satisfying to take this off, let me tell you. But we'll see what eyeshadow I want to do. The reason I bought the palette was obviously because I'm a fan of Anastasia and also Amrezy. But I love the colors in the palette. The one that automatically caught my eye was this one here, the blue, and then the pink over here. And then also this little pink guy here. So I'm not really sure, you know, exactly what one I want to use, but it should be a fun palette, and it should be a cool look that I'm going to do. Haven't decided what colors I'm going to use it, but should be fun. I'm only going to use, for the sake of the video, just to use this. Normally I would use like 4 or 5 different brushes, but honestly this should be enough for you to do her eyeshadows with. They are pigmented, so you kind of have to be careful, but and I will do only one eye on camera, and then I'll do the other off, and I'll put on liner, mascara, and lashes, and then I'll come back and do the lips, and then we'll be done. So kind of speed up the process a little bit so it's not too big of a video, too long of a video, but I will show you that in just a second. Okay, so the first shade that I'm going to go in with to put all over my crease, or my all over color, will be this shade here, which is called Semsa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what I'm thinking that it is. So let's put that on my eye. It'll be using just the fluffier side of the brush. Let's see, like, how much pigment. So pretty much a whole lot comes off. So this is actually a really nice pink shade. So I already noticed right away that the eyeshadow primer is helping, but normally how you would have to kick off some of the pigment of, you know, with some of her shadows, you don't want to do it with this pink one because it will kind of diminish the pink in it. So if you don't want to get rid of the pink, you want to keep the pink vibrant like I do, you'll really want to make sure that you use all the pigment that is on the brush and then just blend. But this is really helping it blend out really nicely, so I do kind of like the way that this is working for me. Now I will say right away too that this is a lot lighter than what is in the pan. In the pan I would think that it would be a lot darker, not as light, which is a little disappointing because I kind of like the maroon shade that it shows up in the palette. But it is still a really nice color either way, but the next shade I'm going to use is going to kind of help with you know, making sure that it will look the best. And I like to carry the shade all the way up into my brow bone, because I feel like that kind of, and blend it all the way up in there, so it really kind of gets it looking good. So when it does end up blending out, because I like the more blown out eyeshadow, you know, but this is the first shade. I'm kind of liking this, not gonna lie. Next shade is going to be Yugo, which is this shade right here. It's like a chocolatey brown. Hopefully this translates well into the eye look. And I'm just gonna place this kind of on the outer edge of the corner outer edge of my eye, so it kind of deepens up the eye a little bit more, and then just blend it in. Lightly blend it inward. And close your eye and kind of go like this. So you're kind of blending it at the same time, but also blowing it out into your eye here. So this is the look I wanted to do here. Right there, yep. And you'll notice I don't ever cut my crease with concealer or anything because I feel like I can never do that correctly. I can do it on clients, I just can't do it on myself for some reason. But the way I place my shimmer shades on my own eye would help you kind of understand why I don't do it that way. And I just lightly dust over this part here, even though there is going to be another shade covering it up. I just like to make sure that it's, you know, nice and blended there, kind of like that. Yeah, and once I put the under eye, the under eye, yeah, the tight line, my waterline here, and, you know, put the shades underneath, you'll understand where I'm coming from with it to kind of pull everything together. But the next shade I'm going to use is actually going to be a fun shade, so I have to wet my brush. Like usual, always MAC Fix Plus. It's a new bottle, so I like to really drench it with the shade, with any of them. I think what I'm going to do for this one is actually use the shade called Leo, which is this blue one right here. And then on the inner corner, I will probably use either Barb or Liddy, which is this one right here, and then Barb is this one and Liddy is right here. Haven't decided which one would look best with that. I think I'm gonna go with this one, but I don't know. But to first start off, we'll go in with Leo and we'll see what kind of pigment. Okay, I'm really impressed already. I'm liking the way. Ooh, all right. Hello pigmentation, hello blue sparkly purpleness. I love this right now. I'm really liking the way this is looking so far. Oh my god. Awesome. This is the reason I bought the shade. The palette is just this one shade right here. And the fact that this is looking so good already, I love this. Trying to decide whether I should pull it up a little bit higher on my brow, on my eye. Why not? Let's do it. That kind of helped out a lot more. I like that a lot better. I want to be careful how high I do put it though, because it can sometimes tend to, there we go, yep. This is right where I like it. And then I always take it back and kind of blend it out into the eye and just lightly over the other shade so it kind of blends back. And when I put the liner on, you'll see everything come together too. Then what I'm going to do is take the inner, no, do the inner corner last. What I'm going to do on the under eye is actually probably gonna take the 1988 shade, which is a darker brown, this one right here, and put that underneath my eye here and see how it will look. Ooh, I like this already. Yep, there we go. And of course, you guys already know I'm going to be putting lashes and full-on makeup and everything on there, but this is almost complete. Then, of course, again, with inner corner highlight, I really want the shadow to show through. So, again, just spray your brush with Fix Plus. I have found the brush that works the best for inner corner work is the M431 brush from Morphe. It's so precise and you can really get into the inner corner really well. So we'll see how that is going to translate too. And I am going to go in with the shade Barb. So we'll see how this ends up translating in the inner corner. Ooh, this is perfect. Yep, this is what I like. So this is just one eye all complete. Like I said, I will come back to do the other side, and when I come back with the other side done, I will have my lashes, liner, all that jazz done already, and then we'll move on to lips. So you'll see everything kind of come together with the lips being the last portion of the video. Okay guys, so I'm back. So you can see I have a whole lot more makeup on. So the lashes that I have on are, again, my favorite Hootie number 23 from Huda Beauty, and the liner I have is the Huda Beauty Life Liner, both sides, the pencil and the liquid. Lash glue I have on is, excuse me, the Duo Brush On lash glue, so that is something I like to do, or like to use. But the next item and the final item in this is going to be the lips. Now obviously I work for MAC still, so I recently saw them come out with MAC the Patent Paint Lip Lacquer, and I found two shades I like, but the one that I found that works the best for this look right now is the shade called Lacquered Up. It's kind of like I'll show you guys, kind of like a brick red type look. I like it. I think it might look good with this, so I'll put that on. You'll see how it looks. I'll come back and I'll show you how I put it on, or you can show you how I put it on now, but I liked it, so let's see how good it looks. So you can obviously see that I like to overline my lips a little bit, but well, not a little bit, a lot of it. So this is like I guess this is like a lip stain, is from what I can understand from it, and from training. But I do like this color. It does, feel very comfortable on the lips. But like I said, this is going to be the completed look with everything on. I don't really like the liner that I did on this today, but there's always going to be those things that you're going to do. But like I said, this is all complete, and I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, and one more thing. Forgot to say my final thoughts on everything. So, I would say that for the price of this, because this has been on for about, my makeup has been on for about maybe an hour now, or maybe two. I would say that the e.l.f. Putty Poreless Putty Primer is a win. I would say if you need to pick it up, I would say do that because it's only like $6 compared to $66 for the Tatcha one. The next item would be the brow pencil. Now, I like this a lot, so again, I would say that this is definitely a winner. So this is only $5, and the putty primer was only $6, so $11 so far. Duo Lash Glue, already used that before. The next item would be the, we'll go with this first. This is about $18.50, I think, from MAC. I like the way that this looks. It definitely is more comfortable to wear than other lip products that I've used from MAC and other brands. It is more shiny, so you really only have to put on one product for the day. If you wanted to, you could definitely add a gloss on top of this and it would look fine. But I wouldn't. I kind of like the semi-satin finish that this gives you, especially the color-wise. I didn't think this was going to show up as pink. I was hoping it would be a little bit more like nude-ish. I do know that they do have a nude. I might have to go pick that up if they are not sold out of it anywhere, because I do really like this. But I would say this is definitely a win too. So you can kind of look closely to my eyes for the eyeshadow primer. I would say I'm iffy on it. I don't really think you need to get this, but you definitely could if you wanted, a eyeshadow primer for your kit or for your personal makeup. You can definitely do that. But like I said, I use only a concealer, and that has worked really well for me. But it did help me blend out the eyeshadow up here, so I might use it, I might not, but it's up in the air for me what I would do with this, so you can take that as you may with it. But I wouldn't not recommend it, but I also wouldn't recommend it because if you don't need it, if you don't feel like you need it, like I don't think I need it, then you really don't. But the next and last product is the Amazing Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. I would 10 times out of 10 recommend this for anybody that wants a good new eyeshadow palette. Has bright glitters, it has pressed pigments, metallics, mattes, all sorts of things. You can do an all matte look with it and it would look really good. all shimmers look, and it would look really good too. Um, all around good product, and I think it was $49, but I didn't pay that. I got it for free because I used all my points, my last bit of my points from Ulta from working there, and I probably won't be shopping back at Ulta, but that's a whole nother story in another different video. But so I would recommend all these products, definitely to pick them all up, except for the Anastasia primer. Nothing wrong with it, just I personally don't need it. If you already have an eyeshadow primer that works well for you, good. If not, then that's fine too. If you can pick up like a sample like this, I know with Ulta right now, the last time I was in there was maybe a couple days ago. I went to the Northville Ulta. This came free with a purchase of $49. I got this for free by purchasing this, but again, I didn't pay that much. I still got the free gift. I got this, a lip gloss, and a lipstick. So you got it for free. So if you can get it at that point to try it out before you go and buy the whole big thing, I would say do that before actually buying it. I know they have a travel size for like $12, but even then, for me, that is too much to use and too much to pay for it. I don't know if I would do that technically, but yeah, like I said, this is it. Hopefully you guys like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.